Come on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hit that like button, Hebrew. It should come through the Dizzo. Hit the like button. Hey, yo. Peace to all the Hebrews out there. Yeah. Peace to all the brews. No matter where you're from. Hit the like button for the Most High. 'Cause He's awakened us. Yeah. Tavex, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. How do we become pure? We turn back to the Most High God and Him alone and no other sidekicks. And we do our best to keep His commandments. That's how we become pure. That's how we become one. And right now, this evening, we are about to watch a little bit of Neely Fuller Jr. Neely Fuller Jr. would be what you guys would call a so-called African American. He's in his upper 90s, born and raised in Washington, D.C. He's been an activist for years, and he uses logical thinking to try and help, once again, what you would call so-called black people, okay? Now, I don't know if Neely Fuller Jr., I don't know if he knows he's an Israelite or not. He never mentions being an Israelite. I don't know if he knows that he's one or not, but I know who he is, and I know that he's an Israelite. This guy is in his upper 90s, born and raised in Washington, D.C., longtime activist. He's traveled all over America, and I do believe he's even traveled outside of America. But of course, nobody listens to what this elder brother has to say because he's so-called black. So you guys know what comes along with being so-called black. Nobody listens to you about anything. They think you don't know nothing, except if it's about committing crime, okay? And that's real talk. Like I said, we are going to listen to some of this elder brother's speech, but it's going to be in the form of a cartoon. So we're going to watch these videos together. He brings out a lot of knowledge. Like I said, I don't know if this gentleman, Neely Fuller Jr., I don't know if he's aware that he's an Israelite or not, but he just deals with situations from a practical standpoint of being a so-called black person in this world. And he deals with reality. Okay? Once again, this brother's in his upper 90s. All right? We're going to give it like 2 or 3 more minutes, and then we're going to get started watching this video together, family. Hit the like button as you enter the video, the live chat, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And be prepared to intake some wisdom from a so-called black man who's in his upper 90s. So you know he's seen a few things. Hit that like button, Hebrew. We're going to get started at the 10-minute mark, in case you want to know. In case you want to know. We get started. Hit that like button, Hebrew. Y'all know every once in a while, we'll do a video or a live stream like this where we all watch a video together. And if you guys want to talk in the chat, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. But we watching this video together. Hit that like button on your way in the door. Get ready to get started, Hebrew. Hit that like button as you walk through the door. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Get your favorite drink, your favorite snack, your brewski. And we about to get on into ski. You ready? Are you ready, Hebrew? Now I want you to hit that like button, okay? As you pull up to this live stream, or as you pull up and watching this on the playback. Hit that like button and hit it right now, okay? Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use.
Listen, in everything that we do in all 9 areas of activity. And what are the 9 areas of activity? Economics, how you use your time and energy. How do black people, for the most part, use their time and energy when the white supremacists are not making us do something in order to eat and sleep somewhat comfortably? How do we usually use our time and energy when we have what we call a day off, all right, or hours off, or some minutes to ourselves, as you might say. Just look at what we do. Look at what most black people in the Northwestern Hemisphere do. And I think in many parts of the world, when they have what you call leisure time, time to yourself, time to do a limited number of things that you're allowed to do in the prison yard of the system of white supremacy. What we do is show off to each other. And how do the white supremacists control that? Simply by having our minds set in doing just that. We look forward all of our days, everything that we do, if we stop and think about it and tell the truth about it. What black people in the Northwestern Hemisphere do, as far back as I can remember, is looking forward to showing off to other black people. We're going to buy something to show off. We're all in the department stores and whatnot. But everything from a fancy department store, where they have real fancy clothes and jewelry and whatever, and and what the latest styles are and whatnot. What are you getting that for? What are you knocking yourself out, making all those statements for? To show off. To show off to whom? Just stand in the mirror all day and look at yourself? No. You want to show off. You want to strut around in front of somebody. Who is this somebody you want to strut around in front of? Tell the truth now. It is other people that look like you. Because white people are not paying no attention to you at all anyway. They don't even want to see you. Get the heck out of here. I don't even want to see you. Except when I call you to do some work for me. And other than that, bye. And what you got on and what you're driving.
J.R. Meadows says 100. Good to see you, brother J.R. Meadows, as always. And you keeping it 100 as always. This is real talk right here. This is real spill. The brother Neely Fuller Jr., born and raised in Washington, D.C. His brother is in his upper 90s. He's an activist. But this video right here is in cartoon form. Somebody else is taking some of Neely Fuller's speeches and some of his public speaking events and taking it and putting it in the cartoon form because for some reason it's just easier to digest for certain people. And it is a little bit different. And this brother's bringing out hardcore truth. Once again, brother J.R. Meadows says 100. You're right, brother J.R. Meadows. It is 100. We got SP in the building. SP says, Yahweh help, not the brother on the skates, please. Yeah, SP, the brother on the skates. What's good to see you, SP? Always good to see you, SP. Hope all is well. J.R. Meadows says, what's up, soldier? What's good, bruh? Always a pleasure to see you and all the rest of yous in here as well. Hit the like button on your way in the door, and let's check out what elder brother Neely Fuller Jr., activist, born and raised Washington, D.C., in his upper 90s.
And all like that means absolutely nothing to me. Let's get out of my sight. That's the white supremacist philosophy, okay? Until I call you to do something for me. Now you can come around, okay? So what does that leave?
Now see, this so-called black guy right here with the glasses, that is the cartoon caricature of Neely Fuller Jr. That's supposed to be the cartoon version of Elder Neely Fuller Jr. right there.
Non-white people to do. Strut around showing off to each other. And if you can't find something to buy to show off, or you can't, stand in the middle of the sidewalk, and show off by jumping up and down and turning flips, all right, then you do something like what? Young black people spend a lot of time doing what? Riding around, shooting guns. Now, you might not look at that as showing off, but that's exactly what it is. If you tell the truth, if you will tell the truth to them, and they'll tell the truth to themselves, citizens into the game. That's it. And you show off by doing what? By shooting guns at them. Hey, there you go. He ain't wearing the colors. Shoot him. And then he shoot back at me. I shoot back at him.
Hey, y'all, this is not funny what he's saying, but it's the way that they have it set up with the cartoon character. It's kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. And we know that it's not funny. But see, this is the thing that will get a lot of people to think, okay? Because people don't like to talk about these kind of things that this elder brother is talking about. And he doesn't beat around the bush. He says exactly what he means. Hit that like button on your way in the door and subscribe to the channel.
What is it all about? What are you getting out of it? Since every time you fire a bullet, it ain't like somebody's paying you. It ain't like you're going to get a mansion or something. It ain't like you're going to do 2 or 3 years of this and then retire somewhere in some chateau.
Oh, no, I got to read this because this is too funny. J.R. Meadows says, it's funny, making sense. Yeah, exactly. SP says, it's hilarious, but not. Exactly. Y'all see this? And my phone just made that alert. I don't know if y'all heard that. We call that sound confirmation around here. Hey, y'all, some of our people out there, this is the only way that they will even accept hardcore truth. If it's in the form of this cartoon right here. And even though it's entertaining, it is hilarious. But it's not at the same time. This is a wake-up call, and this elder is dropping truth. He's showing the world what a so-called black man in his upper 90s is capable of. This guy's a genius. But of course, he's been overlooked because he's so-called black. Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of content that we dropping over here.
France. So what are you doing it for? Showing off. Dismal, pitiful, showing off. Because everything that black people do that's connected with that little pitiful showing off, our little parties and whatnot, our barbecues, showing off, showing off, showing off, showing off. And when you fall down exhausted from showing off, what have you got in return for your showing off? Absolutely nothing but a cocaine high. When I say cocaine high, even if you're not on drugs, showing off is a drug because there's no return on your investment. None. You just think that it is. So we got to stop doing it. The code says stop doing anything to show off. Don't show off to nobody because you ain't qualified to show off.
You hear that? Do you hear that, Hebrews?
Because, see, there's just one religion that really counts, and that is the religion of white supremacy. All of the people are tempted to practice their religion. Most people who have a religion are very, very sincere. And they prove it by their actions and whatnot up until the time that the white supremacists step forward and say, well, now, you can practice this part of your religion. You know, if you want to have a picnic or something like that, I don't mind that. You know, if you want to clap your hands or you want to sing and whatnot, I don't mind that. You know, just help yourself. That's not bad for my business. But if I want to kill people and all like that, you better not start saying, thou shalt not kill, and then start interfering with me while I'm doing my, or I will kill you. And they will do that. And people fear that. And they let people know. Now, you can have as many gods as you want. But when I tell you to do something, you better to jump. Like I'm your God. Because for all practical purposes, I am. Now, you might have a God in heaven, but I'm the one who rules you on this planet. So you can sing about after you're dead all you want to. Just don't mess with me while we're both walking around on the same planet. Because this is my planet. You don't own none of it. And you don't have anybody anywhere in the spiritual world or the material world that can help you when I get on your case. And most people, so far, have backed down when the voice of the white supremacists cut into the picture. And some of them haven't backed down. And most of them who didn't back down are dead.
Yeah, I see this.
If you so-called men, you black males who want to go from boy to man, if you keep insisting on that, I'll make a deal with you. I will not allow you to ever be a man. Because there's only one man in this house. The house being the entire world. And that man is white. Okay? But if you black boys want to go from boyhood to manhood, I'm not going to let you. But I'll tell you, I'll make a deal. Tell you what I'm going to do. You can go from boy to woman.
Oh, no.
Now, you put on a dress and start pushing around like your sisters. And I'll have most of you raised up in a house full of nothing but females, so you'll learn how to put on the clothes and the lipstick and all of that. I mean, so sit there and watch your mother and your sister get dressed. You get dressed right alongside of them. I'll have maybe about 4 or 5 generations of you doing that. So you'll be real comfortable in walking behind your mothers and sisters looking just like them, acting just like them, twisting just like them, looking for a boyfriend like them, because that's what you hear them talking about on the phone. My boyfriend, my boyfriend, my boyfriend. All right? And so you'll be looking for some fella, a male, to come and pick you up, take you for a ride in your new high heels that you borrowed from your sister.
Wow.
And you're a male. The white supremacists are very scientific in what they do, so they got a lot of us hooked at an early age. And, you know, we all already know about the choirs in the church and all like that, see, and what all that's about. So they finance all of this. They support all of this. A couple of young white guys will move into the neighborhood, you might say, move across the street. Right?
SP says, oh, my whole face is hurting right now from laughing, but it's not funny. And you know what, y'all? This is so crazy. This is so crazy till it's funny. This is so truthful and so hard-hitting, but because it's in this cartoon form, it's making us laugh. But you know what? It's also going to drive the message home that much harder. Because like y'all said, what he's saying is not funny, but somehow this video is hilarious, okay? It's kind of therapeutic. And this elder brother, like I said, born and raised in Washington, D.C., he's in his upper 90s, and he still has this intelligence about him, you guys. This guy is amazing. And just listen to him talk. Anybody who can live to be in their upper 90s and still have their faculties, they've seen some things, you guys. And this, the way this thing is delivered, it is hilarious. Hit that like button, Hebrew.
Across from a black church. And they, you know, they move in and they are, you know, collegiate types. And they come over to the black church and they say, we would like to help you with your youth program. Mm-hmm. All right. And they got the money. I mean, and they know how to do things. They have talent. They come in there and they say, well, the way you're running your church, I mean, you know, it's not fostering anything. I mean, you're going to not have growth here. Well, we can start keeping your books, I mean, and they'll show you how to grow your church. And this lawn that you got out here, I mean, it's real. It's not well kept. I'm a horticulturist. And me and my buddy here, we can come over on weekends and we can make this lawn, I mean, look really outstanding. I mean, when people come through the neighborhood, they will be amazed at how wonderful this place looks. Because it's kind of run down, see? And they will volunteer, you know. They say, we're trying to help the community. We moved in here and we want to help. See, and then they get in charge of the little boys program. You want to know why your son is acting the way that he is when he comes home? I mean, he's beginning to act peculiarly. That's because these two white supremacists, are what they are, when they do this type of thing, have infiltrated you right under your nose. Rather than use the term white supremacy, use the term white aggression. Okay, put that on the board. Erase the term white supremacy, put white aggression on the board. Does that change the circumstances? I have found that it doesn't. You can switch words around and play with words all you want to. I say that to people based on logic. But if the situation is the same, what does supreme means? Why are you afraid of it? Anything can be supreme, you know. I mean, if you let it, and we let the system of white supremacy exist, simply because we think we can wish it away. We don't make any effort to replace it with a better system. And that better system would be the system of justice, logically speaking. They say, yeah, but, you know, you're giving, those white aggressors, they ain't nothing. I mean, you're giving them too much credit. I'm not giving them anything other than what the rest of us are giving. I mean, I'm giving them what I'm giving them, and that is what they demand that they want. Now, if that ain't supreme, I don't know what is. I do what they tell me to do. That's supreme, folks. I don't tell them what to do. They tell me what to do. I'm a prisoner of war. I was born in a prison. Every non-white person who is existing now, truth be told, is a prisoner of the system of white supremacy. That's why we are protesting how we are being treated. They're not protesting how they are being treated by us. That's supreme. That's what supreme means. It doesn't mean you're good. See, people get the two words mixed up. Words are very important. If you say white aggression, yes, it's white aggression. That's how they got to be supreme. They were very aggressive in becoming supreme. They say we're going to take over the non-white people of this world, black, brown, red, and yellow, and having them begging us about whether or not they'll be able to eat tomorrow or today or sleep tonight. Because we can kill them anytime we want to, all of them.
Damn.
And they can't kill us anytime they want to kill us. Because a lot of them might want to kill us.
Hey, I told you, this brother is in his upper 90s. This brother keeps it real. He's very knowledgeable, and his delivery is straightforward. And the fact that they put this thing in the cartoon form is taking it over the top. Hit the like button on your way in the door. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already.
Right now. But they don't have the know-how. And they ain't got the muscle. All right, just like, in the car.
Let's back that up a little bit.
White people of this world, black, brown, red, and yellow, and having them begging us about whether or not they'll be able to eat tomorrow or today or sleep tonight. Because we can kill them anytime we want to, all of them. And they can't kill us anytime they want to kill us. Because a lot of them might want to kill us right now. But they don't have the know-how. And they ain't got the muscle. All right, just like, in the Godfather, if you want to use the Godfather.
Yep, Godfather.
Hey, who has the muscle? Who has the muscle? Well, if we had it, then they wouldn't be treating us like this. This is the kind of thinking that gets black people in trouble. When they jump out of a car, when they're being pulled over, and an armed person walks up to them, and that person has a white face who may or may not be a racist, and all of a sudden, whoop, 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 whoop. Black people have, a lot of us have these big, heavy voices. A lot of us been lifting weights and all like that. We got a lot of muscle in our bodies, but not a whole lot of muscle, the record has shown, in our brains. All right? We are not known to be the most brainiest people in the world. Truth be told. And the white supremacists know that because they have seen to it that we haven't learned very much in the little time that we have been under their tutelage. Because they block us from learning. But we walk around trying to make ourselves believe that we know everything, and that does not pay off very well. Particularly when we start trying to express it in the form of counter-aggression against the aggressor. Like I said, many of us, and I've seen it, and some of us have experienced it, jumping out of the car, whoop, 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 whoop. You ain't gonna put them cuffs on me. I mean, I got my rights. I know what my rights are. I'm tired of this. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, all right, whoop, whoop, whoop. And what does the record show? That most of us who do that wind up out of this world.
Yep.
Within the next 2 or 3 seconds. And everybody that's supposed to be our homies, our kin folks, our friends, people who are fighting for our rights and all like that, out there with signs and balloons and candles and teddy bears for the 10 millionth time saying, woe is me, this has got to stop, we can't have no more of this. But it all started with that being unrealistic, with whoop, 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 whoop.
Wow.
I know my rights. You can't do this to me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey, boy, I can't do this to you when I have been doing it to everybody that looks like you, and my foreparents before me been doing it to everybody that looks like you, like forever in recorded history, and you bang, 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 bang.
Damn.
Okay?
Damn. Hey, y'all, this is so real. Hey, look, obviously, look, I ain't never been shot by the police, right? But I have had my fair run-ins with the police, right? And I've always had niggas tell me, hey, man, they can't do you like that. Man, they can't do this to you. They can't do that. I'm like, nigga, they did it. The police, if you black, more than likely you guys know, especially if you're a so-called man out there, even a lot of our sisters know, you so-called black person, that's whether it's a man, a woman, a child, you are subject to all kinds of insanity out here. Okay? This is real. And niggas have told me plenty of times, man, they can't do that to you, man. That's illegal, man, they can't do that. I'm like, yo, I don't listen to none of that crap. I know what the police do, and I know what they can do. They can do whatever the hell they want to do.
Can you say about what I can't do to you, boy? Huh? Can you see? Hey, the line here, no more of this. But it all started with that being unrealistic. With whoop, 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 whoop. I know my rights. You can't do this to me. Oh, hey, boy. I can't do this to you when I have been doing it to everybody that looks like you, and my foreparents before me been doing it to everybody that looks like you, like forever in recorded history, and you bang, 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 bang. Okay, now what do you say about what I can't do to you, boy? Huh? Can you see? Hey, the line here on this highway. Speak up, boy.
Damn.
Hey, can you tell me all about how you did, who you put in the cell block? All right, where you spent most of your time before you got in my place?
Hey, yo.
Tell me all about it, boy.
Hey, yo, hold up, y'all. Hey, y'all, hold up. This is not funny. This is not funny, but at the same time, it's hilarious. Neely Fuller Jr. is going to drive this point home. Let this be a lesson to all you niggas out there, right? Because like I said, I know better than this. I've always known better than this. But niggas always tried to tell me growing up, man, they can't do you like that. When I be telling them what they've already done to me. Man, I wish that was me. Man, they can't do that. I'm like, bro, how the hell am I supposed to stop the damn police from doing whatever the hell they want to do? I can't stop them. And y'all heard what he said. A lot of times when people be talking that, you can't do this to me, I know my rights kind of stuff, shortly thereafter, they end up not in this world. Matter of fact, hey, we just going to rewind that part right there. That whole little scenario, it ain't funny, but it's hilarious, but it's not.
It's me. This has got to stop. We can't have no more of this. But it all started with that being unrealistic. With whoop, 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 whoop. I know my rights. You can't do this to me. Oh, hey boy, I can't do this to you when I have been doing it to everybody that looks like you, and my foreparents before me been doing it to everybody that looks like you, like forever in recorded history, and you bang, 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 bang. Okay, now what do you say about what I can't do to you, boy? Huh? Can you speak? Hey, you're lying here on this highway. Speak up, boy. Hey, can't you tell me all about how you did, who you could whip in the cell block?
Hell?
All right, where you spent most of your time before you got in my face? Tell me all about it, boy. With them 15 bullets I just put in you.
God
Tell me all about how you built the pyramids. And then while your buddy's waiting down the highway for me to go down there and do the same thing to him. You people never wake up and smell the coffee. Smell white supremacy. How about that smell?
Oh, snap. You ain't gonna tell me that was fun. It's not funny, but it's hilarious. Hit that like button, Hebrew.
It has to be a quantum number, though. It has to be a quantum number. In other words, a large number of non-white people, period. Not only a black male, but black females too. In other words, people who understand white supremacy, what it is and how it works. That's the first order of business. You have to understand that the entire world is dominated by the white supremacists. And if you have color in your skin, you are a person who has been assigned to be mistreated because of your color, because of the way you were born, because of the way that the creator of you, if you are a person of color, a non-white person, the creator put color in your skin. And the white supremacists are saying, well, regardless of who did it, it means you are eligible to be mistreated by me because I'm a white person and you are not white. So I have the power and the authority and the privilege and all of everything that's supposed to be of benefit is supposed to be around me. And you are only supposed to get what I say you can have because you have color in your skin. Now, the non-white people who understand that this is the setup and this is the dominant government of the entire planet, then the white supremacists will understand that you understand this, and if enough people understand it, people can't go against something about the mind that says you don't go against something that, you can't ignore something that you understand, particularly when it's working against you. That'll keep bothering you until you'll have a tendency to do something about it. Now, that's what the white supremacists do not want. They do not want black people to be logical. They do not want black people to think about anything except something that's real silly and real stupid. This is why they always glorify stupidity in black people. If a black person has a tendency to show stupidity or silliness, that black person, the white supremacists immediately seize upon them and say, this person doesn't show any signs of being serious about anything. So these are the black people that we want to become more and more prominent. And we will feed into their silliness. Anything serious they come up with, or we come up with for them.
We got SP. SP says they'll never admit that this is all prophecy. Hey, you got that right, SP. They will never admit this. And the whole time, for somebody to admit something, that means they have to know it. And they definitely know that this is prophecy, but they're hoping and praying that we don't figure it out, and they're never going to admit it. But this is exactly what we're witnessing, you guys. It's amazing to watch this thing put together like this, though. It is amazing.
We will glorify it as long as it's stupid and silly. Anything that's serious and constructive, we don't want them to be logical. We don't want them to tap into that. That's not the way we want any people of color to ever think. We want them to be celebratory people, to people who are jumping up and down and turning flips all day and running around in a circle. And then when they bump into each other, they immediately start fighting each other. That's the way we want to keep them. But if we're sitting down and slowly thinking things through and trying to be problem solvers rather than problem makers. No, we don't want those type of non-white people to get out from under our surveillance. You watch them very closely. It's like that dangerous black person on the plantation who's always going around trying to read something or trying to figure things out, asking questions, trying to figure out how the plantation is run. That is a dangerous Negro on this plantation. Sell him down the river or give him a good whipping and stop him from being curious about serious things. Keep him in the silly mode. That is the category that black people are always supposed to be in. The silly mode, the destructive mode. Don't let them think about anything serious because then they become a danger. Let's go, honey.
Fair use, fair use. You guys see this? You guys are liking this so far. I want you to hit that like button. And I want you to subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed already. This brother is in his upper 90s, coming with straight knowledge.
Don't do anything, first of all, to attract the attention. You have to be like a soldier on a battlefield. If you're a soldier on a battlefield, because that's where you are. We are all on a battlefield. We are on a battlefield. We're not in La La Land. This is not Oz. This is not Shangri-La. We are on a battlefield. And when you look up and you see anybody who might be a suspected race soldier, even 6 blocks away, have your antenna up to not attract attention, just like you would on a battlefield. You're wearing a uniform. The uniform is your black skin. And you're not going to attract the attention of a sniper. I mean, you know, there's an enemy soldier over there in the bushes somewhere waiting on somebody like you to come along. Look at it just that way.
Y'all see that?
Don't do anything to attract attention because that sniper is going to do what a sniper does. If anybody's been in the Army or seen movies about the Army,
It's serious.
What a sniper does.
Hey, you guys, this is not a game. This may sound funny. This may even be funny watching this. But everything that this guy is saying is 100% true. This is not a game. That's how you need to operate when you out here in these streets.
It takes your head off.
Yes.
No question. So you got to think like that. You are walking down the street with your black skin. You might attract the attention of a sniper.
Yes.
Think that way. 24/7. All your life.
SP says, keep them just like Uncle Ruckus says they are. Pretty much, SP. And for any of you out there who don't know who Uncle Ruckus is, he was one of the biggest sellout Negroes on a cartoon called The Boondocks. If you guys have not ever seen or heard of Boondocks, all you got to do is go on YouTube, Google Uncle Ruckus episodes on Boondocks, and just prepare to be amazed. That's all I'll tell you, Hebrew.
That's going to happen. And when it happens again, it's going to happen again. I don't care how many demonstrations you have, or how many filling stations you burn down. It's going to continue to happen. What you do, you can't not attract that kind of attention. Mothers have to teach their offspring. We're in a war. We are in a war. If you don't know where you are, you're in a war. You're in a war. Anybody spotted with a gun in a war is subject to die instantly, or with anything that looks like a gun. Period. Christmas morning, I mean, you got cap guns and whatnot under the Christmas tree. You go outside with one of those guns and whatnot, you're subject to die. Every mother has to understand that. Every father. Otherwise, you're just going to keep crying over these funerals. You have to understand the kind of world you're in. You can't be nonchalant about that.
Yes.
You're not in Oz. You're in a hostile world. You're surrounded by hostility. You always wake up every morning knowing that you're in a war. That's the first order of business. We're not in peacetime. There's no such thing as that. We're in the middle of a war that never has been stopped. There's no such thing as peace being declared. People declare peace, but I'm talking about in a functional sense.
Yes, sir.
In reality, ever since the beginning of white supremacy, which is what I call the war, that's the only war that really counts. That's the war, that's the umbrella war of the entire planet. It's never stopped since the day that it was established. And everything that happens in a war is just a battle. And so the battles, the different battles are going on in different fronts. I mean, you Ferguson and this and that, but the battles happen every day. Every time there's an encounter of conflict between one white person and a non-white person.
Yes.
Every encounter is a part of the war.
Yes, sir.
In fact, even the most, what you might call bland or peaceful encounters, it's an encounter because there's a war going on between white and non-white.
Yes, sir.
Worldwide.
Yes, sir.
It's never stopped.
Never.
I mean, if people say, well, I work with white people every day. We get along fine and all like that. You're in a war, whether you know it or not, because the white supremacists who are running everything have never said that we are declaring a peace. We are continuing the system of white supremacy. So just because there are individual people who are smiling and laughing and joking and whatnot, and they're going to football games together and waving pennants and all like that, doesn't say that there's not a war going on that is never stopped. So what we need is codification to wrap this war up. It's got to be accelerated, and that's what I try to write with my book, the textbook for victims of white supremacy. We have to accelerate the pace in ridding the world of racism and replacing it with a world of justice.
That's the kingdom of heaven, y'all.
And I can understand it because we've been held back so long and beaten down so much. I mean, just when we make just a few baby steps or just crawl up to, just being able to crawl across the living room floor. I mean, we're just so proud because we have had so little to be proud of. But that's no reason to not be mathematical. Whatever created the universe wants us to tap into the logic that comes with the universe. And then we can just zip ahead. I mean, we can step lively. I mean, not slogging along and struggling and dragging. I mean, like it's going to take us forever just to go from the front door to the back door of a house. I mean, when the whole world is on the move, going all over the universe, and we can't even get to the bus stop without saying that's a real chore. I mean, and people just look at us and say, what kind of example is that for anybody to follow? We don't even want to pay attention to each other because we're such poor examples. And poor examples come from just what? Poor thinking. Everything starts with a thought. Our thoughts are too small, much too small. I mean, just trying to impress each other and do nothing else in life but, I impressed about, 15 or 20 black people, sometime this year, of my buddies, and they feel proud of me. And boy, do I feel good. When the white supremacists look at that and say, have you been to the bottom of the ocean? Do you know what's there? Well, I have. Do you go into outer space and back? Well, I have. Do you know where everything is under a place called the Congo? All of the minerals there? Well, I do. And I haven't even gotten started. And you're bragging about something that you bought or stole in a store, in a hood, and walking around with some shoes on with some white person's name on it and bragging about what you got. And you think that is the end of life. that you have now done everything that there is to do in life. On the kind of you've got some $600 shoes that you never had on before. Now that is the literal definition in the minds of the white supremacists of the N-word. That's what that is that you're looking at. That's what you call that type of thinking. And every white person looking at his offspring, his white child will say, and that is what you don't ever want to be. Is one of those creatures that walk around thinking like that. You don't ever want to think at that level. And they're telling their offspring that when they're about 6 years old. So when they get to be about 30, they are taking the place of their elders and running the entire universe like they have continued to do like forever. But I'm not talking about all white people.
SP says he's telling the truth. Indeed he is, SP.
They are taking the place of their elders and running the entire universe like they have continued to do like forever. But I'm not talking about all white people. I'm talking about the white supremacists.
Doctor. Y'all, are y'all with me? Are y'all tapped in? If you tapping in right now, hit that like button, Hebrew, subscribe to the channel. We're going to go a couple of more minutes, and then we're going to let you guys get on up out of here. Okay? I hope you guys are enjoying Neely Fuller Jr., longtime activist, guys in his upper 90s, born and raised in Washington, D.C., full of wisdom. Check it out.
Whom black people right this minute all over the world are trying to say, I got to get out of here and find out which way the white people went so I can be around some people that got some sense. Because I can't stand being around these people that I was raised up with, because we ain't about nothing and ain't trying to be about nothing except just feeding off of each other and then get mad about that. Can't stand ourselves and can't stand nobody that looks like us, truth be told. So which way did the white folks go? If I'm in Congo, which way did the white folks go? If I'm in Southside Chicago, which way did the white folks go? If I'm in Compton, which way did the white folks go? Well, why are you asking that? Because I can't stand this insanity here, that's why. Well, it's insane over there. Yeah, but it's still better than here because there ain't no other place to go that makes sense. I ain't going where no more black people are because I know that they're not going to make sense in nothing that they do. If you don't see black people clamoring to go nowhere on this planet where there are other black people, except where those black people, those other black people are in contact with some white people who know how to get things done in an orchestrated, codified manner. Because that's the only places where anything is happening, truth be told. But it's the white supremacists' fault. Because they set it up like that. But we shouldn't keep falling for it and pretending like it's not true. That's why I'm going to keep saying what I say. White supremacy. And don't dress it up. Because it's the truth. They supreme. Well then, all right, if they're not
SP
supreme,
says, I can't do no more.
That's not what I asked.
I feel you, SP.
I asked, who is supreme over you right now? There ain't nobody supreme over me with my God. Oh, okay. Well, what does your God tell you what to do? I go into the question mode now. And that's how you handle religion, too. Just go into question mode. The minute a person says that God is their leader, you keep asking questions. And then after they answer the questions, don't argue. Don't ever argue with a person about religion. Get back to that barbershop now where religion is talked about all the time. Don't ever argue about religion.
Bring it out.
Just ask questions about that person's religion. And then when that person gets you talking about how much they believe in their religion, then watch and see what they do when the white supremacists come around. That's the test about who their God is.
Y'all hear this?
If you know, you don't have to say nothing. Just watch what they do. When the white supremacists come around and say, I don't like what you're doing. And what I'm doing is according to my religion. You know, you gonna tell me with your black self, and I'm a white person in the system of white supremacy, and with your black self, you're gonna tell me about religion and what your religion tells you to do, and I just told you to do something that's just the opposite? Oh, now it's testing time now. And every black person on the planet understands that.
Y'all hear that? Do you guys hear that? And so far, at least for the last 2,000 years, nobody has had the testicular fortitude to stand up against white supremacy when it comes to the worship of their so-called God. You guys know what that means? You guys know what that means? At some point, I'm not saying who, I'm not saying when or where, but I'm saying at some point, the people who worship Yahweh and him only, you're going to have to deal with white supremacy head on.
And Neely Fuller don't have to say nothing.
You're going to have to deal with it the same way your forefathers would have dealt with it.
I just stand back and watch. You can't be in a poisonous system, and the government of the world is the system of white supremacy. That's the only real government of the entire planet called Earth. And it's a system that's designed to mistreat people through deception and through direct violence. Now, deception, which causes confusion, is indirect violence. Anytime somebody's trying to fool you in order to harm you, I mean, it's not like playing little child games or something like that, but they're fooling you with the intention of doing harm to you, where you're going to lose something, including maybe your entire existence. Then that is a form of violence. A person fools you. Give an example. A person knows that that bridge that you're fixing to cross is weak, too weak for your vehicle, because the person has made the bridge weak. They went out in the middle of the night and did things to the bridge to make it weak, so that the bridge will not stand the weight of your vehicle.
Yes.
So you come along early in the morning, happy, cheerful, going on vacation, and you're going to cross that bridge. And the person who made the bridge weak in the middle of the night comes out, gasses up your car, whatnot, and looks at you with a smile, knowing full well what is going to happen when you cross that bridge. Now, the white supremacists, that's deception.
Yes.
All right? It tells you that, hey, the bridge is open, and it's a brand new bridge, and you'll enjoy your trip, et cetera, knowing full well the weight of your vehicle is not going to get you across that bridge, and that you and your vehicle and your entire family and whatnot, what you call your family, is going to fall into the water.
Yes, sir.
Now, the racists know that. They're good at that type of thing. They do it all over the world all the time. Set you up for failure in all areas of activity. So that's just one. Okay, so you go waving, smiling, driving across the bridge. And the white supremacist and his white supremacist associates, they look at each other and wink and say, watch this. And the bridge falls and you perish. And that's what they call fun.
Yes.
That's the white supremacist mentality. I mean, they will help set you up. I mean, on the surface, it looks like they're doing you great favors. You're great at that. Oh, yes. And that's in every area of activity.
Yes.
I mean, in economics, they do the same thing. in economics set you up, and you think that you're going to be sailing, you're going on, hey, this is going to, but see, you don't see what's coming around the corner. All right? In education, same thing. We are educating you people. Come into our schools and we're going to teach you this and teach you that. All right? You got to be able to read. You should go because you don't have any options anyway. All right? Because they are going to teach you a lot of things that are very useful. But along with that, they're going to do what? That's where the poison comes in.
That's where the poison comes in.
See, when they're teaching you something, they're going to put a little bit of poison in it. In economics, when they're giving you something, a stack of money, somewhere in that, they got some cyanide or something between the stacks.
Yes.
All right? It's poison in everything that they approach you with. Economics, education, entertainment. Oh, you want to be a black entertainer. Oh, okay. They come on in. They dress you up, and they just say, how much money do you want? You're going to make this movie, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. See, but at the same time, they're going to put just a little bit. They don't have to put much, because poison has a way of doing what? Spreading.
What the
all right?
hell?
So, in everything that they got all glitzy and very attractive and all painted up and all suited up and extravaganzas all over the place and whatnot, they put just a little bit of poison in there, and you don't even notice it. But that poison begins to spread. And the next thing you know, what you started out to be a festive occasion is going to turn out to be a total disaster. Somewhere down the road. And that's in every area of activity.
Right.
You've got to understand the system of white supremacy, what it is, and how it works. See, direct violence is when they just walk up and shoot you in the head.
Okay, boom, yeah. Okay.
That's a done deal.
Yeah.
That doesn't call for a whole lot of explanation. You don't scratch your head about that, trying to figure out what that's about.
Okay.
You're dead, that's what that's about.
Oh, okay.
Now, the other is, and that's the one that they really like, because they can stretch it out and whatnot and enjoy it more. When they kill you, you're just dead. They're just dealing with a dead body now. That's over right now. But when they can confuse you over decades, just keep confusing you, having you doing stupid stuff and you don't know how stupid it is. Okay? And they're just laughing all the way at your stupidity, at our stupidity,
yes, sir,
at my stupidity, all black people's stupidity. Because we're supposed to be stupid forever. Okay? And how do you keep people stupid forever? Having them doing stupid things and think that they're doing something great. And they do that through confusion. By telling you that it's great. Anything stupid that a black person does, a white supremacist will walk up and say, keep it up. All right? I mean, and stupidity to your detriment. You're actually harming nobody but yourself and other black people. All right? Mass stupidity. So they'll help you do that in all areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. Anything that they see a black person has a talent for doing or has a proclivity, a desire to do.
Yes, sir.
They'll look at it and they'll help you do it as long as they can figure out a way to make it non-constructive. All right, that's the thing to watch for. Is what you're doing, is it constructive or is it non-constructive? And you should ask yourself, if it's constructive, how is it constructive? What does it actually produce that has a constructive effect? Stay in that question mode and ask yourself these questions as you go along doing whatever it is you're doing. Is this constructive? And if it is constructive, how is it constructive?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right? You should ask yourself that question all day long, every day. regardless of what you're doing, ask yourself, this thing that I'm doing, is it constructive? Or is it non-constructive? Because there's no such thing as in between. Every move that every creature makes, birds, bees, people, alligators, is going to have a constructive effect or a non-constructive effect on something or somebody.
Hebrews, I hope that you guys and gals enjoyed this live stream. I hope that you were edified by this elder brother, Neely Fuller Jr., in his upper 90s, longtime activist. And you guys know every once in a while we do videos just like this where we'll come and watch a video together. Tav X, Hebrews, purity, and becoming one. Most High willing, tomorrow evening we'll be going live, family. See you then. Peace.